Hi, welcome to Maths Expressions. I've brought something very cool to you in this video. Yes, in today's video, we're going to look at this topic, which is altitude of a triangle. In other words, it is also known as height of a triangle. So by the end of this video, you will learn how to find altitude of a triangle. And guess what? You're going to learn how to find the altitude of a triangle using a different formula. So stay with me in this video. Let's do that together. All right. The question says a triangle has three sides measuring A, B, and C. If A is equals to 14 centimeter, B is equals to 15 centimeter, and C is equals to 13 centimeter, find the altitude of the triangle corresponding to the side of A. Now, we have drawn this diagram to explain what this question is trying to tell us. Now, this is a triangle ABC of length A, B, and C. And this line you are seeing here, this line H, is the height of this triangle. Now, the question says, find the altitude of the triangle corresponding to the side of A. Now, this line you are seeing here, this length you are seeing here, A, is the base length of this triangle in this case, because the question says we should find the altitude of the triangle corresponding to these sides, this side of A. So this line H you are seeing here is the altitude of the triangle, or height of the triangle in other words. But before we move on, it is important to let you know that we are not going to use any of the other methods we've known before now for finding altitude of a triangle in this video, which is we'll first of all find the area of the triangle using Heron's formula, and secondly we will now use half base times height, another formula for area of triangle, which is half base times height, to find the height of the triangle from that formula. No, we are not going to do any of that in this video. Instead, I will introduce a new formula to you that will use and calculate the height of this triangle. So let's see how the formula looks like, and let's see how the formula works as we move on in this video. Now let's go to the next step, which is solution. Okay, altitude of a triangle. The formula says H is equals to square root of S times 2B minus S, close bracket, where S is equals to, open bracket, A plus B, close bracket, square, minus C square, all over 2 times A. This formula you are seeing here is known as MacLaurent's formula. The man called MacLaurent is the person who introduced this formula, and this formula works like magic. It's quite straightforward. It's not other workaround formulas that we'll be using for years for finding altitude of a triangle. This is a straight formula for finding altitude of a triangle, and this formula alone works for finding altitude of a triangle, be it any kind of triangle, both acute triangle, isosceles, any kind of triangle. This formula here solves for the altitude of the triangle, and it's known as MacLaurent's formula. The formula is named after the man who derived or who find the formula. So we're going to use this formula in this video and see how the formula works. Okay, let's move on. From the question, we've already learned these are the given values from the question, which is we've already known that A is equals to 14 centimeter, and B is equals to 15 centimeter, and C is equals to 13 centimeter. Now the value of H is unknown, which we are to find in this video. Now, since we are going to use S in finding the height of in finding the altitude of the triangle, since we are going to use S when solving for H, we should first of all solve for S. So let's solve for S. Now, this is the formula for S. S says S is equals to, open bracket, 14 If you plug in these values here, if you replace these letters with these values, the formula will look like S is equals to open bracket 14 plus 15 close bracket square minus 13 square all over 2 times 14. If you do the calculation, the numerator part will give you 672 and the denominator part will give you 28. So 2 times 14 is 28. Now if you divide this ratio, S will be equals to 24 centimeter. S is equals to 24 centimeter. This S you are seeing here is equals to 24 centimeter when we process these given values. So now we have known the value of S. We should now move on and solve for H. So let's solve for H. Okay. Now H says that H is equals to square root of S, which is 24, open bracket, times open bracket 2 times 15 minus 24, close bracket. If you do the calculation, the formula will look like this. 24 here, we'll bring it down, then these values inside the bracket will produce 16. 2 times 15 minus 24 will give you 16. So 24 times 16 will give you 144. So square root of 144 will give you 12. So the value of H is equals to 12 centimeter. And that is the altitude of this triangle, of the above triangle, which I shown you earlier. Therefore, the altitude of the triangle is 12 centimeter. So as you can see, it's a quite straightforward and very simple formula. There's no magic here. There's no work around here. It's a very straight formula. As you can see, in few steps, we just move. In few steps, we have arrived at the altitude of this triangle. Not other work around formula that we'll be solving for something that is not really necessary. So that is it. And before I go, it is important to let you know how this formula works. This formula is somehow very sensitive. So note before, A in this case, in this formula, A you are seeing here is the base length of the triangle. Because this formula will be kind of confusing. Since this value is mixed up like this, let's say they give you a question where they just list numbers like this to find the altitude of the triangle. You will not know how you are going to plug in these values into this formula. Now, and that's what I want to explain now. In this formula you're looking at here, any value that you use as the base, as A here, is the base length of the triangle. Any value you use as, any number used as a value for A is the base length of the triangle you are finding the height. And secondly, the value used as B when solving for S is exactly the same value you will use for B here when solving for H. So don't mix up that, or don't change that, because so that you will not arrive at the wrong answer. So any value used for B here is exactly the same value you're going to use for B when solving for H. And any value used as A here, this 2A, all over 2A, any value you plug in as A is the base length of that triangle, which you are to find its altitude or height, in other words. And that is all math expressions have for you in today's video. Like I promised you earlier, that I have something special for you in today's video, and this is what I've brought for you. And if you have seen any formula like this before now, if you have seen this formula before me, or if you have come across any formula that looks like this, or you have any other direct formula that you can use and solve for height of a triangle or altitude of a triangle, please, I will be glad to know. So just drop message for me in the comment section. I'll be glad to see the formula and also know if I can learn how to use that formula too. But from what I know so far, this is the only formula for now that you can use. This only direct formula I know for now that you can use and calculate for the that you can use and find the altitude of a triangle. And as you can see, is a very straightforward and simple formula. The formula is known as MacLaurent's formula. And if you want to know who MacLaurent is or how the formula came to be, drop a DM to me at the comment section, so I will reply you and I will give you every information you need, and I will be excited and I will be expecting your question or your contribution. Or if you have anywhere you are still confused, don't wait, I'll just ask questions from anywhere you are finding difficult in this video. I will clear your thoughts, or clear I will explain everywhere anywhere you're finding it confusing in this video at the comment section. So I'll be expecting you. As you have watched this video, this is all we have for you today in today's video. So just like the video. It's your support, it's your prayer and support to this channel. And drop your thought at the comment sections. And don't forget to share this video so that another person or another maths lover like you will come across this video. Because if you share the video, it can get on another person. So that is all Math Expression have for you in today's video. And as always, this is all we do in this channel. We always drop the latest or the newest formula and theorems for in this channel. And also we also teach some math tactics that gives you like some tactics you can use when solving math problems, or whenever you're solving math problem. We always give you tactics you use to make the thing easier for you, and also some learning procedures you can use to learn math and understand it easier in this channel. That's all we do in this channel. So if you are interested in learning new things, here is a great place for you. Just subscribe to this channel so that you always get notified whenever we upload a new video. And thank you very much for watching this video, and I will be glad to see you in my next video. Have a wonderful day or night depending on the time you are watching. Goodbye.